Jamie's review of The Entity had me in absolute stitches and has made me watch it today on my day off. And yes, the music is distracting, absolute comedy gold. The new content is a hit with me, guys. Thanks for the feedback. We appreciate that's the whole sort of thing. Like, even though me and Jamie are watching different movies, like it's to encourage you as well to watch them as well. So we're glad you're actually going for it. He didn't say whether he enjoyed The Entity or not. I personally could have powered through the music and I could still get the job done, but
Or wanking wise.
or ploughing, either way.
I I thought it was a good film, but I just like the music took away from the film. It took away from the film.
I think when it came out, the music would have been more on par with everything else. But yeah, nowadays it's a bit
corny.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm looking for. It makes me laugh because while I'm standing at work, I've just got like I could give you enough films for like the rest of next year. Happy birthday to you, Jamie. I saw you kept it quiet, so I'm glad Dan outed you. And yeah, yes, I did. I always do. Well, I say I always do. Sabina reminded me that it was your birthday. Otherwise, I would never have done it. I've been dealing with a very difficult neighbour this past few months and have decided to move, partly because of them and partly because I wanted to upgrade of my place. I've decided to leave them a present. I left them a bucket of dog turds behind their shed. So come to a warm day, it will really start to stink. It might make me a bad person, but I don't care. They made my life hard for months. Do you think I'm a petty person?
I think you're a petty person, but I think you're the good pet, the good part of petty. That is a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of thought gone into it, and it's a harmless prank at the end of the day because they're going to have to find it eventually and pull it out.
I would have got bored.
It's not like you've poured it over them or something.
So. I would have got impatient of the dog turds and just filled it up myself.
Oh god! Oh my god! Post Prague, Dan's stomach just fucking ruining.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I would full on like have like a cheese stuffed pizza and like a tub of Ben and Jerry's, and I'll just fill that bucket and just leave it back there for him.
He's like, "Is there another bucket? Is there another bucket?"
It just keeps on flowing. I'd have to do it next to the toilet so I could finish it off.
Oh god!
That to me is called karma, right? Your neighbour's been a dick to you for months.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything malicious or like any. It's just
we've known a lot of people have problems with their neighbours on this podcast, and I think some people will just deserve it, man. Like if we look back on the guy that had his cameras getting moved and stuff like that and destroyed by the neighbours next door because they were paranoid about being filmed, they deserve everything that comes their way. You destroy property and stuff, then a bit of dog shit in your garden's not going to hurt.
No, I would love to do something like that. Like I've been quite lucky with neighbours and things like that. But that's one of those things where like when you leave, you always go, on my last day of work, I'm going to take a shit somewhere. I'm just going to fucking just leave one on the floor or something.
When we got this email, I was like, how long would it take for Rocco to fill a bucket? Yeah. And I think I would be living here for the next 6 years.
But we got which kind of bucket though? You've got like a kid's sandcastle bucket you take to like the beach.
I think
you've got like a workman's bucket.
Do you know, I'd get impatient. I'd end up going to like I'd put on the fucking Facebook as like a weirdo, going around collecting like the waste buckets from the waste bins from the fucking local parks.
I would go on Facebook and I'd be like, trying to organically grow some crops in my garden. Need fertilizer. Any dogs? Any
I'm trying to blind the local children in the area. Because it's supposed to have something that makes kids blind in it, isn't it?
Oh, what if they try and eat it?
Yeah, I think that and cat poo or something. Apparently,
I thought it was the cat tongues. Like if they licked your eyes, like that's quite dangerous or something.
That's because of the prickliness of it. But both of the dog and cat waste, there's something in it that can turn like young kids blind, which is I don't know whether that's just a thing your mum told you back in the day because they were trying to make sure you weren't putting your hand in it, but I was fucking scared of it when I was in the parks.
No, I yeah, no, I don't think you're a petty person. I think most people listening to this will probably say good on you.
Sometimes you get small wins in life, and like if you've got someone being an absolute dick to you for a certain amount of time, doing something like that non-directly doesn't actually cause anyone any physical harm. It's just a harmless prank that isn't going to like cost anyone any money or anything.
No,
Like, what's the
no,
worst going
not
to
at all.
happen? They're going to move a fence panel to find out what the fuck the cement is.
Yeah. I was like, one of my favorite pranks I've never done that I always wish is when people put like a fish on the on your engine of your car. I would love to do that to someone because it melts through into like the car and then it comes through like the heating system and you never get rid of the smell, so they can't sell it
Yeah,
or
it's just
anything
like
like that.
mold to it.
Yeah, but it doesn't wreck the car or anything like that. It's just a bad smell. So it's like it's a massive dick thing to do, but no one's paying for it. Well, he will when he tries to sell it.
I was on the one of the early episodes of The Wolf and Owl with Ramesh Ranganathan. Ramesh
Mm.
Ranganathan was talking about he went to his favourite because he has a place out in Portugal. He went to his favourite seafood restaurant with his three boys and his wife. And his oldest boy said, who at the time was probably about 10, he said he wanted sole. Do you know, like the fish?
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
whole sole, yeah. And he decided when it came out on the plate and it still had its head on and stuff that he didn't want to eat it. And Ramesh Ranganathan's a vegan, so he wasn't going to eat it. So he just kept telling his son to eat it. Ramesh got up to go to the toilet, come back, and the whole fish is gone, and they didn't know where it had gone yet. And you know, you like in restaurants abroad and stuff, they have like the little cheap covers, so the uncomfortable chair isn't that uncomfortable. It's got like a little cushion on it.
Oh yeah.
He put the fish underneath the cover and sat on it for the rest of the meal. And by the end of the meal, the fucking fish was stinking underneath him because from the heat. And he was like, "That's my favorite restaurant in fucking Portugal, and I can't go back because when they find a fish underneath his seat, they'd just be like, this bloody bastard."
Fuck's sake. That reminds me of do you ever watch Mr. Bean back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an episode where he goes to a fancy restaurant, they give him pate and he
Oh
doesn't like
yeah.
it and he ends up like putting it in like the plant pot and then he's like putting it in someone else's like handbag just to try and get rid of it all to make sure it looks like he's eating it.
Have you ever seen his Oscar acceptance
No, I haven't, no.
as Mr. Bean?
No, I haven't, no.
Mate, it's fucking hilarious. There's like they do one of Joaquin Phoenix like crying and shit. Like just before, they're like, "This is how most people do it." It's like turned into a TikTok. There's like, "This is how most actors do it," and like he's crying and he's accepting the award and he's like, he can't get over himself explaining. Rowan Atkinson walks up as Mr. Bean in character, just snatches it out of the guy's hand and then walks back off and just goes and sits down. No speech or nothing.
That's English humour for you.
Yeah. I bet people were like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, if they didn't know Mr. Bean. But yeah, no. Fucking good on you. I hope it stays there for a good long fucking time and it goes like white. That always freaks me out, like white dog poo.
Do you know that actually came up on? Do you know Tell 'em Steve Dave that we've had quite a few of the guys come up on?
Yeah.
Walt, one of the main hosts the other day, on one of their episodes a couple of weeks ago, they actually called it white dog poo or something because there was like he said no one's seen white dog poo since the 80s because it's always
Yeah.
cleaned up now.
I was going
He
to
was
say,
like,
yeah, I
"Whatever
can't remember
happened
the
to that?"
last time I saw white dog poo.
Yeah, exactly. I remember as a kid there were loads all the time
There was
because no one
in
cleaned up their dog
Luton,
poo back then.
you know, I'm trying to explain where it is. You know the park near the fire station in
Hmm.
Stopsley? and you know the entrance that's at the bottom that goes down to, I don't even know the road it is, but that we used to call that dog shit alley
Mm.
because it was just used to be, it was like the fucking path on the way to the fucking park where the dogs go, but all the dogs shit up that alleyway and everyone just left it there.
Yeah, because a lot of the dogs just, as soon as they're nearby, Rocco does it to me. Every time I'm near the park, he's like, nah, bruv, I'm going on the path right here. I'm like, mate, come on.
I always fucking laugh because um, obviously my brothers don't take the dog out unless my parents are away. So like
Mm.
mum will come home from the work, she'll have to walk the dog. Sometimes I go with her and you can see that Chewie's about to fucking drop because his arsehole starts puckering. And I'm like, well, mum, it's coming. It's coming. I was like, he's puckering. You see him like trying to like get to the fucking. He has a spot down the bottom, a grass spot that he always goes. That's like his. That's
His
his
little
toilet.
area.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And when he gets closer, he just starts fucking. You can see it fucking going. You're like, oh, quick, run, 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 run.
See, Rocco does this weird thing where he just completely stops dead still, won't move.
Oh, I'm
And
like
I'm
that.
like, what are you doing? And I pull him, and he's not moving. And sometimes we're in the wrong area. Like, there's fucking school kids about. There's all kinds of stuff going on. I'm like, Rocco, not here, bruv. We're not doing it here. And I
You
keep
got to
pulling
pick him
him,
up.
and he's just like limping along behind me, just getting dragged. And I fully dragged him meters to a fucking bit of green for him to poo on.
I've done that before. You get out of the car and like you're walking, you're like, I've got to go, I've got to go, and then you stop and you're like, if I walk one more step,
Yeah, it's going.
yeah.
It's coming.
So you got to wait for the moment to pass, and you're like, right, I can walk again. Yeah, poor Rock.
Another thing, because we're talking about neighbours. Have you ever? This is something that I saw in a meme earlier on today. They say no one's ever seen their neighbour bringing in their shopping.
No, my neighbours see me a few times bring my shopping in because I don't like to make eye contact.
Have you ever seen your neighbour bring in their shopping?
Not off the top of my head, no, but they've seen me.
Yeah, but what the meme was is that we're in a simulation, so they can see us, but we can't see them ever bringing in shopping. What are they bringing in their house, Dan? Nothing, because when they go in the house, they disappear.
For fuck's sake. Doesn't make any sense because I've seen you bring in shopping.
Yeah, but who's to say I'm not the other part of your simulation, Dan? It could just be me and you.
Yeah, just me and you in the entire world.
Yeah. Pandas don't even exist.
Oh, mate, if they were just there to torture me, I'll tell you what, fucking kicking off. But yeah, hopefully the neighbour gets a little burn from that. He's not going to change of being a dickhead, but at least he's got a little bit of comeuppance.
It might make him think twice about being an asshole to whoever buys your house.
No, I don't think it would.
Well, you'd like to hope.
Well, yeah, but we don't live in dreamland, Jamie.
Yeah,
I would have left the new people to leave the new people a little letter and just be like, "Thank you for buying the house. Sorry, you're now stuck with him. Good luck."
I would like leave something really cryptic, like I've seen him bury bodies in the garden.
Like the oh, what's that film with Tom Hanks where he thinks the neighbours are killing people?
Tom Hanks. Oh, I don't know.
Have you not? Oh, it's a fucking quality film.
I saw the one Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that was like a like knockoffy remake sort of movie. Oh, people are gonna be so angry that I can't remember the name of this movie. It's like on the tip of my tongue. The Burbs.
But I have heard of that film.
Yeah, I'll add that to the movie club.
Do you know? We talked about dogs being shapeshifters.
Yeah.
I was in the toilet. I turned around. Rocco didn't make a sound. Normally, I hear his little jingle with his little collar. Not a sound. He's standing behind me.
There is after you talk, because obviously we share a TikTok for the podcast, and I could tell that you've been looking up when you did the conspiracy theory about it. And there was a couple of them that made my skin crawl
quite creepy. There's one where a dog
Yeah.
closes the door. Have you seen
That's
that
the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
creepy,
the
man.
hairs on the back of my neck fucking stood up with that one.
Because it feels like you actually caught something on camera there.
Yeah. And he's like shit and closes the door, yeah. Some of them are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.